Hey everybody, my name is Glenn Song, and I'm the author and illustrator for the webcomic series This Mortal Coil. I'm also the creator of this, the Lolita Fashion Coloring Book, which if you follow my Instagram, my Facebook, or Twitter, you've probably seen me tweet images from this or other people's colorations of these images. We'll talk more about this coloring book another time, but I was using this as a precursor to an even bigger project that I was trying to put together at the end of last year. After I finished serializing the graphic novel back in May of last year, I decided I wanted to take on another challenge, which was to take all 126 pages of that comic and turn it into an actual printed graphic novel. This is the end result of all of that work. The entire book was laid out using a program called Scribus, and that made doing all of this stuff really easy. I settled on the dimensions of like an American graphic novel, so it's something like 6.25 inches by like 10 point some inches. My pages were made to be more manga size, but when I actually compared the sizes, I wanted the whole book to be a little bit bigger, so that's what I ended up settling on. In Createspace, this size would be considered, I think, a custom size, which means that if I wanted to try and sell this through Createspace, I couldn't use their expanded distribution channels. They could only sell it through just Amazon and Createspace's e-store. You can see here, this is like the comic. Like, these are very, very early pages from like 2013 going forward. The artwork got better over time, and so did my comic making skills. Like, doing the text to fit the balloons, like it looks better in later pages, for instance. It does look kind of busy. Some of the art is kind of rushed looking. It's all in the sake of that balance between wanting to do nice art and also getting the thing done and put online. Some of the colors in the printing kind of came out different than what I would expect. Like, for instance, this green is a lot darker than what it is in my original files. Some of these pages were also animated, like this page in particular. If you go and read it online, each panel is animated and fades in one after the other, showing what exactly is happening. But because it has to be printed in the book, I picked basically a frame in the middle and added some sound effects. I always like this page a lot. I always thought it was really cool, but this is the one where she turns into a swarm of butterflies, essentially. I guess that's a huge spoiler, but whatever. Flies off into space, like so. This whole thing is animated. In the online version, this was a big animated single page that I made into a 3-page spread, so that you could kind of get the beginning, middle, and end of the effect. Included in the book is also some concept art I did for the comic before I started illustrating the pages. Like, for instance, there's a height chart for all the major characters. Concept art for Kamiko's Lolita dress. Characters such as the Fairy Woman, Lady of the Moon, Natsume's mom. The next part includes illustrations that I had done over the last 4 years as well. These are kind of like standalone illustrations of Kamiko. Maybe even potential future story ideas, like this one, the Fairy Girl. This one actually takes place after The Rabbit and the Moon. You can go online and take a look at the bigger version of it. And at the very end of the book, I include all the Lolita fashion illustrations. So these are the ones that are in the coloring book. And this was to explore her wearing different Lolita styles that were closer to the fashion and not just something I had made up. And so yeah, there's 30 of them, and they make a complete animated turntable of her spinning around. Something it took me about a year to do, just because I was doing these in between doing pages of the comic, and they started very easy. Like they were meant to be pencil sketches, but became more complicated as I went on, as things usually do. So that's it. That's the entire graphic novel. You're probably curious, what am I going to do with this now that it's done? And there's 3 things that are potentially keeping me from printing it. Obviously, number 1, there's the offset printing issue that needs to get fixed before I could even consider it. Number 2 is that it's just too expensive. So for Createspace to release this book on Amazon would be $35, and that's a lot of money for a book, and I need to get that price down. Potentially I could cut out a chunk of this book, all the illustration stuff in the back, and just sell the graphic novel as it is, and that might lower the price. A third reason why I'm not ready to print this book is because I'd like to take the original comic and split it up into 4 issues and sell them digitally first. That way I can try and see if there's even any interest in people buying the book. So that's all I got for you today. If you do like this vlog and you'd like to see more, please leave a comment below, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and definitely go read this Mortal Coil. It's for free on the website. I'll have that in the description below, along with all my other social media that you can follow, and even my Patreon if you are interested to support me in some way. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.